What's the worst thing your kid's school ever did? My son Tyler came home from school completely silent that Tuesday afternoon. He was usually chattering nonstop about his day, but that day he walked straight to his room without saying a word. I figured he was just tired. Seventh graders could get moody. I let him decompress. But at dinner, he wouldn't eat, just pushed food around his plate, staring at nothing. When I asked about his day, he mumbled, "Fine," and asked to be excused. That night, I heard him crying through his bedroom door. Quiet, muffled sobs like he was trying not to be heard. When I knocked, he stopped immediately and pretended to be asleep. Next morning, he begged me not to send him to school. My stomach hurts, he says, clutching his middle. "Please, Mom, I can't go today." He looks genuinely panicked, but he's not running a fever. No obvious signs of illness. "You'll be fine, buddy," I tell him, dropping him off at the front entrance. Sometimes we have to do things that feel scary. That afternoon, I got a call from the school counselor. "Tyler had some emotional difficulties today," she said carefully. "We think he might benefit from talking to someone about anxiety management." When I picked him up, Tyler's eyes were red and swollen. He wouldn't look at me, wouldn't speak, just got in the car and stared out the window. That evening, I got a group text from other parents. "Did your kid seem traumatized after school yesterday? Mine won't stop crying." I called my friend Hannah, whose son Caleb was in Tyler's class. "Something happened at school," Hannah said. "Caleb won't tell me what, but he's terrified. He keeps checking the locks on our doors and asking if our house is safe." More parents start reaching out. Kids having nightmares, refusing to go to school, sudden behavioral changes. But when we call the school for explanations, we get vague responses about safety drills and emergency preparedness. Finally, Tyler breaks down and tells me the truth. "They made us think someone was trying to kill us," he sobs. "For 6 hours, Mom. 6 whole hours." The story comes out in fragments, interrupted by panic attacks and tears. That Tuesday, principal announced a lockdown drill over the intercom. Standard procedure, lights off, doors locked, kids huddled quietly in corners. But this drill was different. 10 minutes in, they heard sounds in the hallway. Not the usual quiet footsteps of administrators checking classrooms, loud banging, shouting, what sounded like gunshots. "We thought it was real," Tyler whispered. "Our teacher was crying. She kept whispering, stay quiet," like she was really scared. For 6 hours, 400 middle schoolers sat in darkened classrooms believing they were going to die. No food, no water, no bathroom breaks. Teachers weren't told it was still a drill. They thought it was an actual emergency. Some kids were having panic attacks so severe they passed out. Tyler wet himself after 4 hours, but was too terrified to move from his hiding spot. The sounds kept getting closer, he tells me. "We heard screaming from other classrooms. I thought I was going to watch my friends get shot." When I demanded answers from the school, principal was defensive. "We were preparing students for real-world scenarios," he said. "Active shooter drills need to feel authentic to be effective. We can't coddle these kids. Their lives might depend on it someday. You traumatize 400 children for 6 hours. We're creating survivors, not victims." The school district was being paid $50,000 to test immersive crisis training on our children without parental consent. The company had hired actors to create realistic sounds of violence. Teachers were given false information to ensure their fear responses were genuine. Our kids were lab rats in a trauma experiment. When parents discovered the truth, the lawsuit started immediately, but the damage was already done. Tyler developed severe PTSD. He refuses to return to school even after we transfer him to a different district. 23 children from his class required intensive therapy. 5 are hospitalized for psychological breaks. One 7th grader attempts suicide 2 weeks later, leaving a note that said, "I can't forget the sounds."